Hi there, I'm Coach Kim from In Shape Fitness and Move It Monday, and this is your Monday Mile Master. What an amazing accomplishment. Your commitment to health has totally paid off, and you are ready to up the ante by adding mileage, maybe shifting your pace into a jog, or maybe even taking on a competition of some sort. These 8 challenging moves are mostly compound in nature, which means that they are going to work multiple muscle groups at once. Let's get started. We're going to do a jog in place with a shoulder press for 60 seconds. Go ahead and start jogging. Now get your back straight. Make sure that your chest is really open and your back is straight. Your tailbone is tucked in. Your abs are engaged. And you're going to kick those heels up as you jog and add the shoulder press right in. Now, when you're doing your shoulder press, you're going to press all the way up from your hands at your shoulder level all the way straight up and then pull down. You want to feel or sort of envision the negative resistance that you get when you pull down and you don't let gravity do that work. So take your time, press up and pull down and keep it going for another 15 seconds. Very nice. Start breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Very important part of this exercise routine is to make sure that you've got your breathing rhythm as innate as possible, because you really want to get as much oxygenated blood into those tissues. Your muscles are going to be working pretty hard today, so you want to make sure that you're giving them what they need, right? That oxygenated blood. Okay. Now you're going to do a squat with a pulse. And we're going to start with the standard squat for the first couple of seconds, and then we're going to add the pulses in as we progress. But it's for 1 minute as well. You're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Your pinky toes and heels should be in line. This is so that your toes don't turn out. Now, shift your body weight to your heels and sit down into an imaginary chair as you inhale. Pause at the bottom. Then exhale and lift your body back up by squeezing your glutes, pressing your heels into the floor, and moving very slowly. Your minute is going. Do a couple more just up and down, but remember to move slowly. Okay, good. Now, when you lower your body, when you get that to that downward position, you're going to do a pulse at the bottom and then lift up slowly. All right, that pulse forces the additional 2 changes in direction, and that makes a huge difference, because it's that change of direction that other sort of factors start helping you out, like gravity and momentum, and you don't want that to happen. So if you force the controlled effort to pulse once or pulse twice if you like, you've got about 15 seconds left, so just take it and run with it. Do whatever you feel like you can do at this point. You want to do 3 pulses, do 3 pulses. 5 more seconds. Now finish the one that you're on, coming up as slowly as you can, all the way up to the fully standing up position, and you're done. Very good. All right, the next move is a high jump. We're going to start with some bunny hops, so go ahead and start working on those. You're going to land very lightly on the balls of your feet. Your knees are going to be bent slightly, and you're going to keep your back straight and squeeze those tummy muscles. All right, we're about 15 seconds in. So what I want you to do now, I'm going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to count you down. Using that little term, you're going to then jump up as high as you can and kick your heels all the way up to touch hopefully kick your own butt, touch your heels to your butt. All right, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump high. Good. When you're in between, by the way, do the bunny hops. Don't stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump high, bunny hop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump high, bunny hop. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump high. And last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump high, and you're done. Very good. Very good. Those are very hard. All right. Let's take it down a little bit slower. We're going to do a lunge now. It's called a forward curtsy lunge. So you're actually going to stand up really tall with your hands on your hips, preferably. If you'd like to extend your arms out to your sides, that's okay. But you're going to step forward and to the left with the right leg. Bend both knees, then push off with that right leg back to center. All right, let's do the left leg now. Step forward to the left, step forward to the right with the left leg and bend both knees, and then push back and start over again with the next repetition, starting with the right leg, curtsy, Pretend you're curtsying in front of a queen, though I don't want you to bend over. I think if you're doing a proper curtsy, you might actually bend forward a little bit at your waist, but you don't want to do that with this exercise curtsy. You've got another 20 seconds. And we'll move on. We're at the second half of the 8 moves here, finishing up the 4th move. So we're going to move on into a burpee next, coming up in 8 seconds, and then we'll be on the floor for the rest. You're doing great. These are intense moves, and don't you worry, you're going to get through the burpees pretty well. I'm going to give you 3 different versions that you can do. So go ahead and stand up now. You probably know a burpee or a squat thrust, as it's called sometimes. Fairly common and pretty popular these days in the industry. And what you're going to do is squat all the way down and put your hands on the floor beside your feet. Walk one foot all the way back to push-up position, then the other. Then bring your feet up, back up underneath your body, and stand all the way up by pressing into the floor with your heels and squeezing your butt cheeks. Okay, that's one version. It's called a modified burpee. Totally regulation. If you're doing something harder, you want to do something harder, you're going to squat all the way down, you're going to walk one foot back, and then the other, and then jump your feet back in, and then stand up. That's version 2. And if you want to do the full Monty, you're going to squat all the way down. You're going to jump both feet back, jump both feet forward, stand all the way up, and keep going. Let's go for 30 more seconds. Whichever version you're doing, keep it going. Or, mix it up. Doesn't really matter. Just keep moving. This is one of these really fabulous moves that force your body to change in so many different directions that you get an unbelievably compound workout. Your heart rate is up, you're working your back, you're working your shoulders, you're working your legs, you're working your butt cheeks. So you're doing a lot of good to your body here. Excellent. Okay, now you can stay on the floor. If you're in the middle of one, just stay there. If not, go down to the floor and just take a couple of deep breaths while I explain to you what we're going to do next. It's called plank to plank, right? You might have downloaded the PDF that is associated with this exercise routine. It's sort of a goofy name, but what you're basically going to do is go from your forearm plank position to your hand plank position, which is the start of a push-up. So let's start in a push-up position. Even if you have to do these on your knees, which is okay by me, please don't even worry about it. I don't call them girl push-ups, by the way. I just call them knee push-ups. So you're starting up on your hands. Now I want you to lower your right hand down to your forearm. Then on the left hand, do the same thing. Now you're in the forearm plank. Then you're going to put your right hand back on the floor, then your left hand, and then push yourself back up. Keep going. Alternate the starting arm. So you started with your right for the first one. Now start with your left. You're brilliant. This is great. So just keep your butt down. That's the one main thing that you want to make sure that you're doing with a plank. It is always the case that you have to keep your butt sort of in one plane with your back and with your thighs, essentially, or your legs. And that's because once the butt is down, the automatic contraction takes place. It forces all of the units of abdominal muscle to engage and work together as a unit. So you've got muscle tissue on the inside of your ribs, right on the outside of it, the transverse abdominis. You've got the obliques, and then those muscles on the front and on the back of your body. Finish the one that you're on. Very, very nice. Great job. Now turn your body over. The last 2 moves are on your butt and your back. This first of the 2 final moves is called a tabletop tricep dip. So I want you to put your hands on the floor. Your fingers should be facing forward, and your whole hand should be used. Don't, once again, I think I mentioned this before, just make sure that you don't let your hands, the heel of your hands, take all of your body weight. You want to use the entire hand. Now your feet are on the floor. Likewise with your feet, make sure your toes stay down, make sure your heel's on the floor with your pinky toes and heels in line. Now lift your body up into a tabletop. That means your hips are off the floor. You're supported by your hands and feet. Okay, now you're going to do a tricep dip. And I know you want to do a tricep dip with a bench, but believe me, when you get to a point where you can feel comfortable, feel really good about the fact that you do these on your floor, that range of motion that you force by being on the floor in this position is so much more beneficial. Likewise, when you are in this position and you're pressing into the floor with your toes, you activate those hamstring and glute muscles that need so much extra work. Bend your elbows and then lift up for another, let's go 45 more seconds. Yes, I know. It's hard. This is a really hard position to be in, and it feels awkward. Just breathe through it, in through your nose, out through your mouth. It will get easier over time. Hopefully you'll do this workout in conjunction with the other Monday Mile exercises that you're doing, and in conjunction, of course, with the Monday Mile itself. So you're going to be very familiar with this sequence and this exercise itself, the way that you force the body to, you're never in this position in real life, obviously, but this opens up your chest and it opens up your hips, and it really forces you to distribute your body weight evenly between your hands and your legs. Okay, you're all set with that. Now lie down, straighten the legs out in front of you, extend your arms up over your head. Now, what I want you to do is to squeeze your tummy muscles, really draw that belly button down towards your spine. Pretend someone's wrapped a string around your sternum. Lift up through the chest. Bring your arms around, up and over your head, and then around, and lift one leg up. Touch your shin with both legs, or both hands, touch your shin, and then roll back slowly. This is the jackknife crunch. And now alternate. Lift up with the other leg. As you bring your body up and around the second time, you're going to lift up your other leg and keep it straight. You don't want to bend the knee. You want to keep that leg straight, reach towards your shin, then roll back slowly. Let's do a few more on each side, and you will be on your way. Now, this master exercise program is also obviously very short. It's only 8 moves. If you use this session as a warm-up for your Monday Mile as you've gotten more advanced, that's fantastic. You can also use this session, maybe repeat it a couple of times, do 2 or 3 sets as a cross trainer on other days of the week. You're finished with your crunches and you're all set. Congratulations. You've done a great job, and thank you for joining me. We will see you again soon. Have a great day.